What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alex Jimenez. I'm the founder of IX Media. We made about $500,000 in email and SMS marketing revenue for our e-commerce clients. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 great Valuetainment based emails that you could send out for your own brand. So these are all direct-to-consumer brands, e-commerce brands, and these are 5 that you could use for your own. So let's get through it. Number 1, article-based emails. Let's go through it. This is one of my favorites, honestly. Just really, really cool. Inner Body Labs, let's go through it. Sleep deprivation is not so bad. No, it actually is because we're crossing it out. A 2023 study from Inner Body Research shows that sleep deprivation significantly impacts cognitive function, metabolic health, and emotional resilience across major U.S. cities. Oh my, I have sleep deprivation. I can't even speak. Then we show a beautiful little subset of the actual article. So we cut it and slice it together. The brand, funny enough, is actually like a research-based brand. So this is their own article. But we basically just cut it. I'll break down why it's important, how you can use it for your own brand in a second. But let me just go through it. A study at a glance. We're breaking down the numbers so you don't have to. Then we basically show the test, just giving context. What was the test about? The groups. So what were the actual groups tested out? You know, Eastern cities, Midwestern cities, and then Western cities. And then the results: Eastern cities, Midwestern cities, and then Western cities had the best. Science shows Norfolk, VA ranks as America's most sleep deprived city, while Minneapolis sleeps best. Shop sleep support. So what does this mean? Sleep deprivation is worse than most people think. Here's what changes. And then we go into the features and benefits of each brand. More specifically, what energy levels are when you use sleep support against not, and then mental clarity, and then recovery for well-rested sleep against when you don't have well-rested sleep. So let's break down this email, why it's so good. This email is great because it's science-based, and a lot of people that, let's just say, for example, you have a brand that it's very science-backed, or think about antibiotics, multivitamins, any type of pills, anything like that, it's hard to convince people to say, you know what, this is a real brand. It's not just placebo. It's really based on real medicine. A great email to show is to match it up with an article, because in people's minds, they associate the two, right? If you show them a real science-backed article and then you match your brand with it, maybe it doesn't even show that your brand is, it's not even showing that your brand specifically, is super 100 times more healthy or has this crazy vitamin or whatever, but people make the association with the two, like, okay, this is a real article and it's science-backed with your product. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is, because of the study, because of the article that you put in, and I'll break down the example, people now understand how bad it is to actually be sleep deprived, because that's the whole point of the article. We break down the article, we show the actual results of the article, and at the end we show, so what does this mean? What does this mean for you, for the customer? And then you tell them, hey, for when you have well-rested sleep, your energy levels and mental clarity and recovery are so much better, opposed to when you have fragmented sleep or very, very crappy sleep. So then this is a great way to show people the actual damage people have, or damage not having great sleep has. So think about your own brand. If your own brand, let's just say you sell better for you chocolates, right? In people's minds, they're like, well, I didn't know that, most chocolate brands have this horrible ingredient and these artificial food dyes and these are, whatever. You could show people, hey, this is what it does to your body. And then this is what happens when you don't. And at the very bottom, you could say, okay, well, this is a brand that has all these bad things, and then here's our brand where it has the opposite. It has maybe higher protein, higher creatine, natural ingredients, naturally dyed with real plants, etc., etc. So it's a great email to do, especially if you are very science-backed. Great email to do is an article-based email. Now, real quick with the article, we just shortened it up. Obviously, the article is a very long article. We just cut it up and sliced it to make it shorter. So that's a great email you could do. Next one is a unique selling point email, so USP. Let me break it down. Chew on this, shop now. Great balls of flour dough versus store-bought dough. We ferment our balls for 30 hours, not 30 minutes. And then we go into the example, hey, most dough companies just rush the process, proofing dough in just 30 minutes to an hour for speed and profit, but we don't. We do it for over 30 hours. It's easier to digest, packed with authentic flavor. By the way, this is a UK brand, so the flavor is correct, and gives you restaurant quality pizza at home every single time. And then why great balls of flour is great, and then we go into each unique selling point. Now, why is this email so great? By the way, we took inspiration from Momentum, so great brand to do pretty good emails. We took inspiration from this email specifically, absolutely crushed. It was easily the best performing email of the week, possibly even of the month that we actually ran it. So all you're saying is chew on this for you guys. I think it was for the Momentum, or for the Momentous. I think that's the brand name. Email, they were like, bite on this or something like this. It's something weird. So we put chew on this, right? If you have some type of consumable packaged good that people could eat, then you could say chew on this, and then you could have a visual where your product is on the left and it looks delicious and it looks good and it looks tasty and mouth-watering, and on the right-hand side, something not so delicious, to say the least. And then we say the actual unique selling point. So what is that one unique selling point that absolutely crushes? That think about it, if you're trying to convince somebody to buy your product and they're very skeptical, what's that one thing that a lot of people either don't know about, or that a lot of people, when they hear about it, they're like, you know what, this is a brand worth buying. So for this brand is the fact that we ferment our balls 30 hours. So they ferment their balls, so essentially they rest their balls, like shippable pizza dough balls. They let it rest for over 30 hours, while a lot of store-bought brands, for the speed, they only do it for 30 minutes. We knew that would crush. We thought it would crush. We put it in here, and it did really, really well. And that angle gets people to say, because think about it, it's a very, very big gap. I mean, 30 minutes compared to 30 hours, it's a very long time. So it gets people to visualize, like, man, I mean, this pizza has to be at least twice as good. I mean, they're doing it for what, 10 times more, whatever the number is, has to be at least twice as good. And then obviously at the end, we say a little bit more context about why, this brand is so good. A 30-hour slow fermentation, 100% natural ingredients, et cetera, et cetera. So here you could put your other unique selling points. Like, what is that unique selling point? Like, number one thing, and then at the bottom put maybe higher protein, higher creatine, made in the USA, made for, no toxic chemicals, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great email to do. I highly suggest you do this. And by the way, this format specifically, a lot of these emails I'm going to break down for you guys a lot of these emails I'm going to break down for you guys is the format itself. It's not just the idea, which is great, but also the format. The way it's laid out, try to keep it roughly the same. The next one is a newsletter-based email. Now, quick context, don't send a lot of these out. Don't actually make it a newsletter like every single day or every single week. And don't do that. We tried that. We found best it's to send it once or twice a month, and just kind of sporadically, maybe in the weekends, where you say like, hey, there's a new newsletter, and then you kind of just update people. But let me go through it. Young Man newsletter, this week's highlights, fun facts, community love, and seasonal bestsellers to keep your routine sharp. Then we have a nice little layout of the products. It's always good. I always say this in the YouTube videos, just actually show the products. Don't shy away. Show the product. Show the bundles, right? Get people to actually visualize, like, man, I'm going to get all this value. So then I'm not going to read everything, but we're basically saying a did you know fact, right? And it doesn't have to be did you know. It could be a fun fact. It could be a brain teaser. It could be a did you know, something that gets people to, like, oh, that's pretty cool. And for this one, it's like India's fastest growing market, et cetera, et cetera. This week's top makeup picks. So here you could put down some of your own pictures from maybe Instagram, maybe some testimonials or reviews you got in the website, maybe the fact that you got in Sprouts or Walmart or some new store, and you could show like, hey, here's us and standing in front of Sprouts, and we got in this new brand, this new store, just updating people on the brand. And also just nice, Instagram things. If somebody posts on LinkedIn or Instagram, you could post that picture here. And then at the very bottom, we have a product section. Our number one bestseller in 2025 is the Navigator range. And then we go pretty much in depth into the actual Navigator range, and we show, hey, what's inside, the base, which is primer, the foundation, moisturizer, setting spray, and then we give a little bit of context. And again, we're showing all the different products. This email will convert a lot less if we don't include the products, because people can't visualize it. They want to see what they're going to get. They want to get in hold of it. You're thinking, well, people just look at the landing page. Well, first of all, you got to convince them just to get in the landing page in the first place. So don't try to be too mysterious. Show people the products you're going to get, and then at the end, shop bestsellers. So it's a really nice email you could do. Try to keep this format where you have some type of value at the very top, something fun, right? To make it fun. It's a newsletter, right? This week's top in this case, like this week's top fan favorite picks, and then you could put some of your fan favorite picks here, some pictures from your community, and then a product section at the very bottom promoting whatever product you want. It could be the bestseller for the week. It could be a product that you want out. It could be a new drop. It could be a teaser for a new drop, anything like that. So it's a great email to do. And by the way, since it's a newsletter, it's very clearly the same format. I mean, we use this same format for not only this brand, but a lot of different brands so many times, and it's fine because we're not sending this email very consistently. It's once, maybe twice a month that we're sending it out. So basically the point I'm trying to make is that it is a long email, but you could reuse the same format multiple times and just change the copy in the pictures and images. So it's a very reusable email. Next one, Brothers Nuts ticks all the right boxes. This is a us versus them email. Does really, really well when you have specifically a brand or a product that is clearly better than your competitor, specifically with numbers, like tangible numbers, like it's 3 times healthier, and like you literally break down the health: 3 times more protein, 3 times more creatine, half the sugar, no added sugar, anything like that. Let's go through it. Brothers Nuts ticks all the right boxes. Most snacks spike your sugar, not crash you. Then crash you rather. Brothers Nuts does not. Choose health. Then we show the visual product. See how Brothers Nuts stacks up. And then here we just break down all the different unique selling points of Brothers Nuts, opposed to maybe a snack like Snickers or Doritos, where it's not so healthy, and especially not healthy with artificial flavors, sugar crashes, and protein. So here we're breaking it down. And this product is, by the way, try Brothers Nuts. It's honestly a great product. Try to love it. But the point is, you get people to you allow people to know, like, okay, not only do they are they sprouted, because most people know that, but you could also show a lot of things that people didn't know, like, oh, for example, I didn't know they were not, they use non-GMO ingredients. I didn't know that they don't cause sugar crashes. I didn't know that they had 50% less sugar than 50% less added sugar than most brands. I didn't know that. And then you could include those unique selling points there, and it's a great little visual, right? We have the little thing standing out here, then we have a nice little graph here. This is called a graph, I don't even know what it's called. But Snickers, Doritos, you could have it here. And obviously here you could put the different competitors you have. And at the end, choose health, real ingredients, no crash, snack smarter. Now you're going to notice a lot of these emails, some of them have footers. So like this one, for example, this one, I think the next one, yeah, this one has a footer. These two, this one has a footer. So this is the only email that didn't have a footer. If you have a lot of different products or categories of products, it's really important to put a footer. The reason being is that if, for example, let's say this one. So at this email, I'm promoting the #1 best, the Navigator range. So the whole email, I'm promoting the Navigator range. Maybe I'm, looking for men's makeup. I want to get men's makeup. I want to buy Yana Man, but I don't want the Navigator range. So what do? Oh, I don't want the Navigator range, but I actually am interested in maybe some different bundles, or maybe in skincare, or maybe I'm interested in getting testosterone support, or focus support, or NAD plus support, or sleep support, or maybe, just maybe, I want to get dope balls, or pizza boxes, or shop, or maybe I want to shop all, or get groceries. So it's good to add footers at the end of emails, because now you're showing people like, okay, there's multiple different options. Maybe I don't, maybe this email specifically isn't promoting the product that I want, but it's convincing enough that I want to get a product for them. And then at the footer, you could say, oh, here's that protein, here's protein, creatine, et cetera, I want creatine, and then, I go there. Just a small little tip. Last one, very, very good email that absolutely crushed from Melody. Unique selling point. So it's a unique selling point email. Let's go through it. Pre-summer gut check. We're probably going to be relaunching this email soon because it worked very well. Try your parasite fighting blend. Try Melody Classic. And again, beautiful visual shots. It's very important at the very top to have a nice hero image. Again, physically showing the product. Great email right here. Did you know some parasites can live undetected for years, causing fatigue, bloating, brain fog, and even nutrient deficiencies? They quietly steal your energy and disrupt gut health without obvious symptoms. Our #1 bestseller for summer. Inside every pore we have wormwood, gentian root, ginger, clove, and quassia. They're not just herbs; they're ancient allies. Oh my! Our #1 bestseller for summer. This email absolutely crushed. Why? It's another unique selling point email, so we're just promoting the unique selling points, but specifically with this one, we're promoting the different ingredients within the product. So a lot of you brands maybe have a product that the product itself is the unique selling point, right? Maybe it's not the fact that you were sourced ethically, or that you're made in the USA, or it has a bunch of protein, or has a bunch of creatine. Maybe the fact that it is made with wormwood, or gentian root, or ginger, or clove, or quassia, or maybe some type of superfruit. If you have some type of product that has a lot of different ingredients, that the ingredients are like superfruits, anything that's like really powerful, or it's a nice unique selling point, add that in this email. And again, this email absolutely crushed. Try to use the same format where it's just nice little headline, and at the very top, try your parasite fighting blend. That's the #1 reason at the time we thought people would buy. So whatever the main reason people buy, it's just like normal headline. Think about, okay, well, maybe ours is like #1 GLP-1 supporter, or if you want to go with the negative, you could say #1 weight loss preventer, right? And then people are like, oh, it's a #1 weight loss preventer. Obviously, be careful with health claims, but you get the point. And then we go, did you know? And then we show people, hey, a lot. And then you kind of add in some fear, right? Like, oh, I didn't know. For example, for weight loss, I didn't know some foods, made me fatter. It's just calories, right? But I didn't know some foods made me fatter. Well, did you know that they actually do? And at the end, we could say, hey, do you want a product without any of that junk? Well, here's some of the different ingredients that help fight off that those parasites, or in that case, that fatness or whatever. Obviously, make the words better. I'm just kind of going off the dome or whatever, but just sharpen it up. And at the end, our number one bestseller for summer. So it's a great email to do if you have a lot of unique selling points. And again, this format works really, really well. Again, if you have a product that's very, very well it has a lot of different ingredients that are super good for you, or very beneficial, or a lot of people want them, you can include them. Anyways, hope that video helped, guys. If you want more videos like these, let me know. These are some more Valuetainment emails that I thought were fun, and they do work, so try them out. God bless you guys. Jesus Christ loves you. I really wish nothing but the best for you. All love. God bless you guys.